What was the beginning of time? What is the age of the universe? Were humans primitive millions of years ago? Did we actually evolve from apes? What is the future of mankind? Will humans ever go extinct? Can we attain liberation in this birth? We all have numerous questions about our past, present, and future. To find accurate answers, we must turn to the wisdom of Jain philosophy, which addresses these inquiries with great specificity. In the Karnanuyog scriptures, the cyclic nature of time is explained in detail. Let's delve into these ancient teachings and explore the concept of the time cycle or Kaal Chakra and find some answers. Time is divided into infinite equal cycles known as Kaal Chakras. Each cycle is split into two halves. Picture two serpents joined head to head and tail to tail, forming a circle. The first half, called Utsarpini Kaal, is the progressive or ascending cycle, moving from the tail of the serpent to its head. The second half, Avasarpini Kaal, is the regressive or descending cycle, moving from the head back to the tail. During Utsarpini, aspects such as progress, development, strength, happiness, lifespan, physical attributes, and religious trends improve from their worst to their best conditions. Conversely, during Avasarpini, these aspects decline from their best to their worst conditions. One Utsarpini and one Avasarpini together form one Kalpakal or one cycle. Each Utsarpini and Avasarpini last for 10 Kodakodi Sagars, making one complete time cycle a period of 20 Kodakodi Sagars. Kodakodi means 1 crore multiplied by 1 crore, and Sagar is an extremely long period of time comprising innumerable years. Each Utsarpini and Avasarpini is further divided into 6 unequal periods called Kaal. The 6 Kaals in the Avasarpini cycle are: first, Sushma Sushma, very happy. Second, Sushma, happy. Third, Sushma Dushma, happy, unhappy. Fourth, Dushma Sushma, unhappy, happy. Fifth, Dushma, unhappy. Sixth, Dushma Dushma, very unhappy. In the Utsarpini cycle, the Kaals are in reverse order, starting from the very unhappy Dushma Dushma period and ending at the very happy Sushma Sushma period. Currently, we are in the 5th Kaal, which is Dushma or the unhappy period of the Avasarpini phase. When the Avasarpini phase ends, the Utsarpini phase begins. This Kaal Chakra repeats continuously, perpetuating forever. It is important to note that these changes occur only in the regions of Bharat and Airavat Kshetra of Dweep, Manushyalok. Currently, we are located in the southern Bharat Kshetra of Jambudweep. All other regions of the universe remain unaffected by these time cycles. The first 3 Kaals in Avasarpini and the last 3 Kaals in Utsarpini are the realms of enjoyment, bhogbhumi. Conversely, the last 3 Kaals in Avasarpini and the first 3 Kaals in Utsarpini are the realms of labor, karma bhumi. What are realms of enjoyment, bhogbhumi? The realms of enjoyment or bhogbhumis are characterized by an abundance of sensory pleasures and material comforts. The humans here do not struggle for any needs, as all their desires are fulfilled by kalpavrikshas or the wish-fulfilling trees. In this realm, one reaps the fruits of the merits, punya, from their past lives. In bhogbhumi, humans have enormous height of the body, very long lifespans, and are born with 64 innate skills and talents, excelling in areas like mathematics, literature, and art. They are free from the physical inconveniences of excretion. They eat but do not need to eliminate waste. This realm knows no day or night, no heat or cold. The environment is perpetually perfect, adorned with beautiful rivers, serene lotus-filled ponds, soft grass underfoot, and land abundant with precious gems and stones. There are no insects or other creatures with 2 to 4 senses. The inhabitants and animals possess an unbreakable adamantine bone structure known as Vajra Vrishab Naraj Sahanan, and their bodies are beautifully symmetrical. Sam Chaturastra Sansthan. Their physical strength is incredible, equal to 9,000 elephants. In bhogbhumi, males and females live together harmoniously throughout their lives, without children, until the end of their lifespan. At that point, the female conceives twins, a boy and a girl. Upon their birth, the male dies with a sneeze and the female with a yawn. Their bodies disappear like camphor balls, leaving no trace. The twins grow up on their own and continue this cycle of life as a couple. There is no neuter sex in this realm, only males and females born as twins, as described. The needs and desires of these humans are effortlessly fulfilled by 10 kinds of wish-fulfilling trees known as kalpavriksha. These trees provide homes, clothing, utensils, delicious food, fruits, sweets, harmonious music, jewelry, beautiful garlands of flowers, radiant lamps, and bright light at night. Crime, enmity, and vice are unknown here. The souls in bhogbhumi are free from intense passions and as a rule are reborn in the heavens. Here, there is no possibility for the humans to practice renunciation, austerities, or become ascetics and achieve liberation. Have you noticed? These souls enjoy every imaginable comfort without having to work for anything. Yet, the doors to liberation remain closed for them. Now, we shall delve into the special features of each of the time periods in bhogbhumi. Special characteristics of the first Kaal of Avasarpini, Sushma Sushma. This era is marked by the maximum enjoyment of sensory pleasures. Twins born in this time follow a rapid developmental cycle. They spend first 3 days sucking their thumb, next 3 days learning to sit, 3 days for walking unsteadily, another 3 days walking with balance, next 3 days acquiring all 64 skills, 3 days for adolescence, final 3 days attaining eligibility for right belief. Thus, it takes them only 21 days to reach this eligibility. Initially, humans are 36,000 feet tall, 6,000 dhanush, with a lifespan of 3 palyas, the maximum for any human. 1 palya is also a very long period, comprising millions of years. This Kaal, known as the best realm of enjoyment, Uttam Bhogbhumi, lasts for 4 Koda Kodi Sagars. As time progresses, their height and lifespans reduce, and towards the end, their height decreases to 24,000 feet, 4,000 dhanush, and their lifespan to 2 palyas. Special characteristics of the second Kaal of Avasarpini, Sushma. Comfort and happiness are slightly less in this era. Known as the medium realm of enjoyment, Madhyam bhogbhumi. Twins attain right belief eligibility in 35 days, progressing through similar milestones as in the first Kaal, but over 5 days each. They eat every third day, consuming walnut-sized portions. This Kaal lasts for 3 Koda-Kodi sagars. Initially, humans are 24,000 feet tall, 4,000 dhanush, with a lifespan of 2 palyas, decreasing to 12,000 feet, 2,000 dhanush, and 1 palya by the end. Special characteristics of the third Kaal of Avasarpini, Sushma Dushma. This era, known as the least realm of enjoyment, Jaganya Bhogbhumi, is marked by reduced comforts. Twins attain right belief eligibility in 49 days, with milestones spanning 7 days each. This Kaal lasts for 2 Koda-Kodi sagars. They eat every other day, consuming gooseberry-sized portions. Initially, humans are 12,000 feet tall, 2,000 dhanush, with a lifespan of 1 palya, decreasing to 3,000 feet, 500 dhanush, and a lifespan of 1 crore purva by the end. 1 purva equals 70 lakh 56,000 crore years. As this Kaal ends, the wish-fulfilling trees wither, marking the transition from realm of enjoyment bhogbhumi to realm of labor karma bhumi, causing fear and mayhem among humans. To guide them, 14 preachers known as kulkars are born during this transition. The last kulkar gives birth to the first Tirthankar of the current era. Shri Nabhirai was the last kulkar, and his son Shri Rishabdev was the first Tirthankar of this era. Now let us understand the significance of realms of labor, karma bhumi. Karma bhumi is characterized by the need for hard work and labor to survive. Unlike bhogbhumi, where kalpavriksha effortlessly fulfill desires, in karma bhumi, people must work for their sustenance. In the current time cycle, during the transition from bhogbhumi to karma bhumi, King Rishabdev taught the citizens how to earn a livelihood by introducing them to 6 types of occupations, Shat Karma. They are: first, Asi, livelihood based on swordsmanship; second, Masi, livelihood based on writing skills; third, Krishi, livelihood through agriculture; fourth, Vidya, livelihood through knowledge of skills; fifth, Vanijya, livelihood through trade and commerce; sixth, Shilp, livelihood through craftsmanship. It is because of these 6 karmas or occupations this era is known as karma bhumi. While karma bhumi marks the end of the material comforts provided by bhogbhumi, it also signals the advent of Tirthankars and the beginning of the path to liberation, which was absent in bhogbhumi. Let us understand the special characteristics of the 3 Kaals in karma bhumi. Special characteristics of the 4th Kaal of Avasarpini, Dushma Sushma. In this era, humans eat once a day. At the beginning of this Kaal, their height starts at 500 dhanush, 3,000 feet, and reduces to 7 hath, 10.5 feet by the end. Lifespan decreases from 1 crore purva in the beginning to 120 years towards the end. This Kaal lasts for 1 Koda-Kodi sagars minus 42,000 years. In the fourth Kaal, 63 extraordinary men known as Shalakha Purush take birth. These include 24 Tirthankars, 12 Chakravartis, 9 Balbhadras, 9 Narayans, and 9 Pratinarayans. This makes a total of 63 Shalakha Purush. Exclusively in this Kaal, liberation is achievable. Here, humans can take ascetic vows, diksha, practice pure meditation, Shukla Dhyan, ascend the ladder of annihilation, Kshapak Shreni, and achieve liberation. Humans in this Kaal can also accumulate the worst karma and be reborn in the seventh hell. Both these outcomes, attaining liberation or being reborn in hell, were not possible in bhogbhumi. Individuals born in the fourth Kaal can attain liberation during the fifth Kaal, but those born in the fifth Kaal cannot achieve liberation in that same birth. Let us now see the next Kaal, the Dushma Kaal, which is the fifth Kaal of Avasarpini. Special characteristics of the fifth Kaal of Avasarpini, Dushma. Currently, we are living in the fifth Kaal of Avasarpini, characterized by increased misery compared to the previous era. Humans now have diminished intelligence, intense passions, cruel intentions, weaker bodies, and reduced strength. They need to eat multiple times a day. Initially, human height is 7 hath, 10.5 feet, reducing to 3 to 3.5 hath, 4.5 to 5.25 feet by the end. Lifespan decreases from 120 years to just 20 years. This Kaal lasts for 21,000 years, of which nearly 2,600 years have already passed. True religion becomes scarce, and the number of enlightened souls, Samyak Drashti, is very low. Disputes are common, even within Jainism, and other faiths gain prominence. Though, even in this Kaal, humans can get initiated on the ascetic path or practice vows for householders, liberation is not possible. True ascetics and householders with right beliefs are very rare. Every 500 years, cruel kings known as Kalkis and Up-Kalkis are born, posing challenges for true followers of Dharma. As this Kaal comes to an end, the final members of the fourfold congregation, Chaturvid Sangh, Muni, Arjika, Shravak, and Shravika, will take Samadhi, and their deaths will mark the end of Jain religion, signaling the end of the fifth Kaal and the beginning of the sixth Kaal. Fire will now cease to exist in these regions. Let us see the special characteristics of the sixth Kaal of Avasarpini. As the name suggests, this is the most miserable time period where souls lead extremely harsh lives. At the beginning of this Kaal, human height is 3 to 3.5 hath, 4.5 to 5.25 feet, and lifespan is 20 years. By the end, height reduces to 1 hath, 1.5 feet, and lifespan to around 15 to 16 years. This Kaal lasts for 21,000 years. In this era, there is no fire, so humans eat raw food, primarily fish and plant roots. They do not wear clothes or live in houses. Instead, live like animals in the jungle. Due to their inauspicious karma, they are born deaf, mute, blind, cruel, diseased, with asymmetrical bodies, and are impoverished. They emit a foul odor and live without families. The weather is extremely harsh and the atmosphere is polluted. Humans born in this Kaal experience a rise in demerits due to their inauspicious karma of previous lives. They come from subhuman and hellish realms, and by engaging in sinful activities in this life, they are inevitably reborn into these inauspicious states. End of the Avasarpini Kaal. When only 49 days of the 6th Kaal remain, an apocalypse, Pralay Kaal, begins. Extremely strong winds blow over the land, crumbling trees and mountains. Terrified humans and animals desperately seek shelter, but only 72 couples find refuge in the caves of Vijayardh forest and on the banks of the Ganga and Sindhu rivers due to the compassionate celestial beings who safeguard a few humans and animals in these caves. This catastrophic event lasts for 49 days with ear-splitting thunder and a succession of rain of devastating elements: ice, acid, poison, smoke, sandstorms, heavy rain with lightning and fire, each lasting for 7 days. After this period of destruction, the entire land is burnt and barren, marking the end of Avasarpini Kaal. Beginning of Utsarpini. The Utsarpini period is the reverse of Avasarpini. At its start, the burnt land is healed by rains of Pushkar, Kshir, Amrit, Ras, medicine, perfume and water, each lasting for 7 days. The sweet aroma of the rejuvenated land reaches the humans in the caves and they emerge from hiding. Initially, there is no fire and humans live like animals. Gradually, as time progresses, lifespan, strength and intelligence increase. Kulkars in Utsarpini are born towards the end of its 2nd Kaal, teaching humans to cook, marry, live peacefully and establish a social structure. In the 3rd Kaal, Tirthankars are born who establish the path to liberation. Avasarpini Kaal. After innumerable cycles or kalpakals, there is one Avasarpini Kaal, which is an exception to the general rules. Several scriptures mention that the current Avasarpini Kaal is Avasarpini. Rainfall in the 3rd Kaal and the advent of 2 to 4 sensed beings in bhogbhumi. The eradication of wish-fulfilling trees in the last bhogbhumi and the birth and liberation of the first Tirthankar in the 3rd Kaal. A Chakravarti being challenged for his authority. The number of Shalaka Purush being less than 63. Torture upsarg on Tirthankars. 7th Supashwanath Bhagwan, 23rd Parshwanath Bhagwan and 24th Mahavir Bhagwan. The popularity of false gods, false monks and false scriptures in the 3rd, 4th and 5th Kaal. The common occurrence of floods, famine and earthquakes. The birth of a daughter to a Tirthankar. In all other Utsarpinis and Avasarpinis, each of the 24 Tirthankars is born in Ayodhya and attains liberation from Samet Shikharji. But in this era, only 5 were born in Ayodhya and only 20 attained liberation from Samet Shikharji. In this way, many exceptions are seen in the Avasarpini Kaal. Which time period is ideal to take birth in? Many might think the 4th time period, Dushma Sushma, is ideal for birth because of the presence of Tirthankars, making it possible to understand true religion and attain liberation. Others believe the first time period, Sushma is most desirable, with no struggles, wish-fulfilling trees, long lifespans, and heavenly rebirth after death. But what is truly ideal? Let us assume bhogbhumi, where sensory desires are fulfilled, is ideal. However, humans in bhogbhumi cannot ascend spiritually, take vows, or strive for liberation. The state of bhogbhumi does not last forever. The soul has been born in bhogbhumi infinite times, but has never found true happiness, as real happiness does not come from external pleasures, but from within the soul itself. Since time immemorial, the mundane soul has mistakenly pursued sensory pleasures, believing they bring happiness. This delusion is the root of its misery. Believing that bhogbhumi brings happiness means one sees merit, punya, as beneficial and karma as good, thus liking bondage. Consequently, one will never strive to know the self and escape this bondage. Thus, the desire for bhogbhumi is a fallacy. Now, let us see if the fourth time period is ideal. Those who consider the fourth Kaal ideal for liberation have a valid point. But not all born in this period attain liberation. Favorable conditions and instrumental factors like Tirthankars do not ensure liberation. The soul must make its own efforts. Despite being born in the fourth Kaal countless times, we have never realized our true nature or shown interest in it, leading to continuous suffering. So, the question still remains: which time period is ideal for the soul? The truth is that the soul, in its transmigratory cycle, has experienced all these states, time periods, and realms countless times without ever understanding its true nature, thus continuing its cycle of rebirth. The ideal time period is the one when a soul realizes its true nature. It is always distinct and unaffected by external conditions and the cycles of time. Instead of focusing on external conditions, one must understand their true self and strive to attain the right belief, paving the way to end these cycles. Key learnings. The study of the time cycle broadens our perspective. Our limited view of the world is challenged by scriptures that reveal lifespans, strength, and attributes far beyond our comprehension. This helps us see our achievements and adversities as insignificant, guiding us toward understanding our true nature. The Kaal Chakra teaches that change is the only constant in the physical world, making the pursuit of transient pleasures and wealth seem futile. In contrast, our eternal nature and infinite attributes remain undestroyed, even through disastrous events like the apocalypse. Realizing our true importance makes everything else subordinate, illuminating the path to self-realization. We are currently in the fifth Kaal of Utsarpini, a challenging time for religious attainment. However, we have a golden opportunity with our healthy human bodies, functional senses, and the guidance of true gods, scriptures, and ascetics. Now is the time to attain right belief and end the cycle of miseries, an opportunity that might not come again soon. Understanding the time cycle urges us to break free from the endless cycle of transmigration, where true happiness eludes us due to ignorance and delusion. Let us use this birth to realize the priceless importance of our true nature and follow the path shown by the Omniscients. May we all utilize this precious opportunity to embark on the journey toward eternal bliss.